nStuff und wir sind hier mit Mallory Knox. Hi guys.
Hi.
How are you so far?
Very well, thank you. Europe's been very great to us so far, and we're looking forward to the rest of the tour.
I heard you had some trouble coming to Munich.
Just a little. Broke down in the Alps in Switzerland, and we were stuck there for 33 hours.
Okay.
So we're very tired. We haven't slept a lot, but we're very glad to be here. The show was great.
Is touring still fun for you, even when stuff like that happens?
It almost made the show better today. Like, we turned up with like 10 minutes, literally set up the crowd, all watching us set up our stuff, but like when you come that close to almost not being able to play the show, it gives you like an extra purpose to really go out there and proper like rock out, do you know what I mean? Like we had a lot of I guess aggression and frustration to let out today, so yeah, it almost made the show a lot better than it would have been if we hadn't been stuck for 33 hours. So
you should plan stuff like that.
Should break down all the time, maybe. No, we definitely won't though.
You said you like touring. Is it like you prefer touring from going to the studio and record stuff?
Yes, I think they're different things. Obviously, ultimately, you start a band to play music to people, but at the same time, you also start a band to write music as well. So they're two very different things. I know a lot of people in bands can get frustrated with the whole process of being in the studio. It can be very slow and it can be very boring. But for me, I like them both the same. They're two very different things, like I said. But everyone really, you know, that you started playing guitar in your bedroom or singing in your bedroom, and you want to be able to play in front of people. So I guess live shows will always be the main reason for us being in the band. But I enjoy them both as much as one another. So.
Okay, you've reached a level of success that you have already in Germany. How is it very hard to be here as a smaller band without a crew and stuff like that?
Not at all. We literally just finished our UK tour before we came straight out to Europe. I think we had 2 days in. So going from headlining to coming out and playing first on a bill, we thought was going to be very hard, but we've realised that we've kind of switched back into a mode that we used to do very well. You know, we're always trying our hardest to make new fans. We're trying our hardest to get to venues on time, make sure we don't run over on sound check, and you know, all those things. And we've gone back to those things very quickly, and so it's really been a pleasure. And also the crew and fans in Europe, Germany particularly, have been absolutely fantastic. So it's been very easy for us when we thought it wouldn't be.
It's been very. I think we can all agree that it's been a very different, like in terms of the crowds from the UK into Europe. Like, it's almost like the crowds in Europe are just far more welcoming. Do you know what I mean? Whereas in the UK, you might have to really work to get their attention, but here it's almost like they're just really pleased to have like just for someone to watch kind of thing. Like it's been so like. It's been really refreshing to play to a load of people that don't have no idea who you are, but are still jumping around and having a great time. It's been really cool. It's been really fun for me. I thought we might have people like standing there with like arms folded, just going, who the hell are these guys? But it's been the opposite to that. It's been amazing. It's been really cool to see.
It's nice to come over and feel like we're making progress as well. Like when you see the people clapping along and singing, and then you go out to meet them. And the merch and stuff, and you see so many people saying, oh, I've never heard of you before, oh, I'm so glad you came. It's like, you feel like you're making new fans, which is great.
Here in Germany, your second album will come out in January, but the fans seem to know your songs already.
Yes.
What do you think of
the power of the internet?
Definitely. It's a big shame we've had to leave it so long for Germany, but we really want to make the launch as good as we can. So that's why we've kept it back a little bit for the Germany release. But the internet is a magical thing, and lots of people who've wanted to hear the new album have done already, which is still great because it means that we have people singing along and you know, enjoying the music already, which is awesome.
And would you say this is some kind of problem for, especially for younger bands that don't earn that much money when other fans get music?
I think it's a problem for big bands too.
I think with the internet, it's kind of like a double-edged sword kind of thing. Like with the terms of, I truly believe if it wasn't for the internet, then I don't think that we'd be sitting here right now. It enabled us to reach people that never would have heard us otherwise. But when you get to a level where you want to be able to sell albums and stuff, it's a lot easier for people to get hold of your music the wrong way. But as I said, like the internet can be good and bad. But I think it definitely provides a good tool for bands trying to start up and getting people to hear their music instead of having to tour everywhere just so people can hear it. Yeah, it's one of them. And it's here to stay though, so you might as well deal with it. Like, it's not going to go away.
And you started the band like about 5 years ago. Was there always this plan to make it professional?
No, in fact it was very much the opposite. We finished we've been in bands since we were young teenagers, and around 2009 all of our bands kind of finished doing what they were doing. So Dave and Joe came together just to do some jamming and write some songs and just kind of keep their kind of musical flow going. And from there, myself and Sam joined, and we realised, you know, that we could maybe take this somewhere a little bit further forward than we were planning to. And James came along, and from there we kind of went, well, hey, let's give it a go. Like, why not? Like, we love the songs, we love what we're writing, and we think other people will like it too. And so, yeah, we gave it a go. So it was never intended to be what it is now, but we're very glad that it is what it is now.
Was the switch to another label was a big step, or do you realize it changed? The bigger name in the background?
I think we definitely did notice changes in a few areas for sure. I mean, with the label we were on before, it started off great, but it got to a point where it wasn't really kind of working out for us and probably them as well. You know, the work rate was getting a lot more and stuff. And then when Sony came in, it just opened so many new doors to us that we never thought that we'd be able to like do, like things in terms of bigger budgets on music videos, just stuff like that. And it really enabled us to, especially in terms of when we recorded the actual album, we had time instead of having to rush everything. So it's been eye-opening, but it's definitely, we definitely needed it. We definitely wanted it.
How the songwriting normally works, Mallory Knox, is it just one or two persons that are writing all songs, or really genuine?
The songwriting process with us is usually very similar all the way through the writing process. I mean, sometimes there's little differences, but Sam will generally create the core of the song, the basis upon which he brings to the band practice and rehearsal, and we build upon together.
Five influences to put together like something that's bigger than.
I think it's always, I guess when I go back to when you brought up like being with Sony, that can bring a lot of pressure to some bands in terms of they maybe feel that they need to be successful more than they were the last time around. And I guess for the first couple of weeks we felt that as well. But then when we got back into our original mindset, which has always been throughout the entire history of this band, is just to write music that we want to hear ourselves. And if that works out, then fantastic. If it doesn't, then we can't really do much more than that, because we just want to be our favourite band. And if other people like that, then that's great, then we're going to carry on. But if we try to be something we're not, then I think that's when we might start to go off the rails a bit. But I guess, you know, we're not trying to say that we're better than anyone else, we're different to anyone else, we're just trying to be the band that's writing music that we want to hear as music fans. So that, I guess that's all we can do, and we'll do that until people tell us you're no good anymore. Yeah.
Testing new songs live before you use them in the studio?
We don't generally, no. I mean, we may do, we may practice them in rehearsal, like sound check before the show, but we always like to make sure that the new songs that we release are the best they can be. And generally that means that we have to have them and listen to them and play them in rehearsals and stuff for quite a few months before we decide they're good enough for the fans out back home to hear.
You're touring very much. How does it work with jobs or education?
Well, we're very fortunate to be in a position where we don't have to have normal jobs anymore. It got to the point in the band that we became so busy that even if we wanted a job, unfortunately we don't have the time for them, you know. And so that's that. You know, we're not rich. We're not living the life of luxury, but we make enough, or we give ourselves enough to live with.
As for education, Joe has started taking Spanish lessons. He actually has. He's got the tapes to prove it. And Dave,
the ukulele.
Yeah.
And harmonica.
James is keen with golf.
Playing golf. He's also learning about football.
He's rubbish so far.
We can certainly take a few tips from Joe.
He's about as bad as the England national team.
Which is terrible.
We're allowed to say that.
Mikey writes limericks as well.
Yeah, I'm good at limericks.
Yeah, let's not talk about the World Cup as well.
You say, or do you have a big dream in mind or what you want to reach?
Everyone has a dream of where they want to be one day. Everyone wants to be the biggest band in the world. That's why you start a band. But let's be honest, there's no bands that are going to be as big as the Foo Fighters anymore. Do you know what I mean? So we just take everything as it comes, and what will be will be. You know, we're just really happy to be here right now with the last 2 days that we've had to even made this show. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see where we are in a year, and we've got to enjoy it for what it is right now. You know, hopefully one day we play in Wembley Stadium.